The strong play is the over.
Appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you're following us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Fumble Sports, and of course on Twitter at Sports Fumble. Appreciate all of you joining us, and of course appreciate the number of people who are a member of our buddies community, those who are following us and giving us their fantasy questions and game pick questions. Make sure you do as well. We're going to have a number of sessions throughout the week to make sure we answer all of your fantasy and gambling questions for NFL Week 17. So make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. The next game we're going to talk about is an AFC West matchup between one team that's playoff bound and one team that is now without a head coach. They'll have an interim for the moment. The Denver Broncos are 4-11 and fired their head coach on Tuesday, while on Monday, while the Kansas City Chiefs are 12-3. This game is on CBS. Kansas City is a 13.5-point favorite. The over-under set at 45 points. Some gambling trends. The Broncos are 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 road games, while the Chiefs are 3-12-1 against the spread versus a team with a losing record. The Broncos are 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 meetings with the Kansas City Chiefs. The under is 3-0-1 in the last 4 meetings in Kansas City between the Broncos and Chiefs, and the under is 5-1 in the Broncos' last 6 road games. Obviously, this one's going to be a story between Patrick Mahomes and where he's going in his next few weeks and what Russell Wilson has done to the Denver Broncos over the last 4 months. But is there any chance that Russell Wilson gets a cover? Adam, I leave it to you. Can the Denver Broncos cover what is almost a 2-touchdown spread?
Yeah, what a mess it is in Denver. I mean, they just got absolutely throttled by the Rams, 51-14. Obviously, we did mention Hackett got fired. Wilson's a mess. The whole team, they're pushing and shoving on the sidelines. Just complete disarray. On the other side of the coin, Kansas City had a pretty good win, I think, against Seattle, 24-10. They did a real nice job of keeping Geno Smith and Walker in check. Their defense did play a little bit better there as well. Again, these double-digit points is too much for me. I think this is a game that obviously Kansas City in the money line, I think everyone will probably be in agreement on that. Could they cover this 14? Absolutely. If they could cover 14 against Seattle, they certainly could cover 14 against Denver. But this might be one of these ones where you could tease Kansas City down in a teaser play if you didn't want to try to lay the double-digit points on this one. But obviously Kansas City in the money line here. And as far as the over-under 43.5, it's just in a weird window for me because I don't expect Denver to score many points in this one. And if Kansas City gets up 24-27, do they sit tight with 2 weeks remaining in the season? So that one's kind of a no man's land for me, but Kansas City money line, and I would tease Kansas City down.
Loeb, what are your thoughts on this game?
I'm in agreement with Adam. The only play that really is Kansas City in a money line if you want to do a parlay, or definitely a 6-point teaser and tease them down with a slight lead to the under. Denver's they've completely fallen apart. Their offense you can't believe in at all to get any points. Now an interim coach, and the Chiefs have played the Broncos really, really well. So there's just nothing to believe that Kansas City couldn't come out and do this. It's just, when does Andy Reid call the dogs off?
I definitely like Kansas City on the money line, and like mentioned by Lope, I'd fold it into some parlays. I certainly think that's an easy play for the week. Patrick Mahomes has never lost to a divisional opponent when it comes to the Raiders and the Broncos. I believe he's undefeated against he's undefeated against the Broncos. He's never lost to the Broncos. So I certainly like that play. That said, I love the under in this game, under 46.5. That's what I have it at. So the Fumble Sports pick for this game is Kansas City on the money line and under 46.5. Don't need to jump on this one too long. We'll skip over to